All right, I hate asking for help. I'm not asking for any handouts, but I'm a small business owner that is directly being affected by the 104% tariff that has been put on China. I import alloy wheels for cars, and I do somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 15 containers a year, which is a small business in regards to this industry. At 104%, I am absolutely going to implode and will not last 6 months. So with that said, I'm asking, is there anybody out there that has connections with manufacturing facilities, specifically alloy wheels, either in the United States or outside in these lesser tariffed countries like Mexico, Indonesia, Thailand, India? I need to find another source. I've emailed a lot of these companies and cannot get a response. And I just don't know if it's because I'm a small business or what exactly it is. So if anybody's out there that can help or shed some light, maybe provide some information that would be helpful, I would really greatly appreciate it, because if not, it's just a small business here that's going to go under, and I'll be back to digging ditches again, which I'm not scared to do, but it's a little harder to do with a wife, 2 kids, and at 45 years old.
So I want to share with you guys a real life example of how these tariffs are going to fuck over the average small to mid-sized company in the US. Just for context, I work at a company that imports product from China, and we do roughly around $25 to $30 million of revenue per year. If nothing changes and the tariff we've placed on China remains at 54%, very, very likely I will lose my job at the end of the year. But let me walk you through some numbers and show you guys the impact that these tariffs are having. In 2024, the average value of product that we imported from China in one container was roughly $50,000. Now our tariff rate is 3.6%. So for every container we imported from China, we roughly paid $1,800 per container. We have 5,000 units per container. So for every unit that we ship, we paid 36 cents in customs fee per unit. Now, after Trump got elected, he announced an additional 20% tariff on top of the 3.6% tariff we were already paying. So the customs fee we paid to the government jumped from $1,800 per container to $11,800 per container. And the customs fee per unit we paid increased $2. Now, yesterday, Trump announced an additional 34% tariff on top of the 20% tariff, on top of the 2.3% tariff that we paid. Now, all Chinese products for the type of product that our company is selling, we will be paying 57% in tariffs. So just in a span of a couple of months, we jumped from paying $1,800 per container to almost $30,000. Our company imports roughly around 300 containers per year. So with these tariffs that Trump is implementing, we are going to pay an extra $9 million in tariffs alone. Remember when I said that our company does roughly $20 to $30 million of sales per year? Well, now 1/3 to a half of our sales that we generate is going to go to paying tariffs. That is, unless if we raise prices, which is what our company is about to do. However, when you raise prices, less consumers are going to buy. That's naturally what happens. These tariffs that Trump implemented are not sustainable, and if he does keep them on, they're absolutely going to fuck over small to medium-sized companies.
So last night we closed our US website, so we're not accepting orders from the USA at the moment. Hopefully this is just temporary, but it was something, like, it was a really hard decision to make, but it was one that I just had to make. When tariffs went over 100% on Chinese-made goods into the US yesterday, I was like, well, literally we can't make any money. So we make our product in China, so it's full of bust swimwear. It's like basically like a bra. It's got underwire, power mesh. We do 66 bra sizes. It's like really, really technical and really good quality. And I have not been able to find anyone else that has the expertise to make it to this standard, let alone make it, to be honest. Like, no one wants to do underwire swimwear. Like, it's way too complicated. And it's not super efficient on a production line. But like, we've got our supplier who we've got a really good relationship in China. They're so good. They're like the experts. And so our goods are made there. Then we send them to Australia. And then they stay at our warehouse in Melbourne, Australia. And that's where we ship our orders from. So when we're sending bikinis to our US customers, we have to declare that they're made in China. So once they get to the US, if tariffs are over 100%, if we're paying the duties, like we're covering that cost, we're having to pay. So if a bikini top is $100, it gets to the US and tariffs are say 105%. We have to pay $105 to the US government. So literally we just wiped all our revenue. Like it's just, so yesterday I just had to make that call. I was like, well, it's a no-brainer. I'm turning off the website. And like, I don't want to put that cost onto our US customers either. I want to be able to absorb that or cover it because it's just like a better experience for customers. There's no questions, like it's not a surprise when the goods get to the US and they have to pay these tariffs. Like I think it's important as a brand, if you can, to like cover those costs and do duties paid. So yeah, it's as a small business, so sad, especially because we sell swimwear. And this time now it's getting cooler in Australia. So we're not really getting many Australian sales. And usually we sell to the US at this time of year. We were actually getting quite a few sales over the last couple of weeks. And yeah, we've just literally just turned that off. Yeah, I feel really bad for everyone in the US and like just the uncertainty and like how expensive their goods are going to be, if they can even get stuff. Because I assume lots of other brands are going to stop being able to sell to the US. Yeah, so feeling for you all in the US right now. Also feeling for the small brands that are going to like lose a lot of business from the US and who are also just like, God, tariffs are so confusing. Like I kind of only understand it because I studied economics and finance. Like it doesn't even come naturally to me, but I know what a tariff is. So I know to sort of like be able to read into it a little bit more. Yeah, it's a really tough time. Thinking of all you small businesses, and let me know how you're going with this, what your strategy has been. Keen to hear from.
Hi guys, welcome back to Gist Matrix, where the gist is real, the tea is hot, and baby, the gossip, it never dies. It's your girl Prini, and today we're diving into a delicious mess of MAGA tears, Trump's tariffs, and the epic backfire no one saw coming. Except, well, everyone. So here we are, a bunch of diehard MAGA supporters waving flags and screaming, America first! And suddenly, they're realizing that tariffs aren't just a tough guy move in a trade war. They actually hit your pocket too. So Trump slapped tariffs on China, thinking he was playing maybe 4D chess. But guess what? China did not blink. Instead, they clapped back, raised their own tariffs, and now American farmers, factory owners, and small town businesses, the same ones who wore red hats like a badge of honor, are losing contracts. They are shutting down, or they are begging for government bailouts. It's ironic, really. You cheered for the trade war like it was a wrestling match, but now with empty warehouses and no buyers overseas, the chant has changed from "Make America Great Again" to "Where's my subsidy check?" Anyways, I guess when next they're at a rally, they should probably ask for policies that would help their businesses and not hurt it. Or they could keep crying. The gist is still real, the tea is still hot, and I'm still watching with snacks. Bye!
Okay, I want to talk real quick about how Trump's tariffs are affecting real small businesses. Okay, I own my own store, my own small business, and I sell crystals, tea, magic-y herbs, art, Bath and Body, all sorts of stuff. I make my own natural stone jewelry over here. I had a order made up for things I needed to reorder. I needed new crystals, new incense, all this stuff. Everything has gone up in price since when I had like put it in the cart. I haven't bought it yet. Everything has gone up in price by 20 to 30%, sometimes more depending on where it's coming from. And I already hear the right bargain. Well, just buy American. Just get those supplies from America. Yeah. I can't order like crystals, from America. Okay. I can. Look, I can. And I do often. But the people that I buy it from in America do not get them in America because America does not produce every type of crystal that we need, right? So even if it's an American company who are making these towers, right? They shape these towers, these moonstone towers. The moonstone does not come from America, okay? This had to be imported, okay? Most crystal factories are India, Brazil, China, Indonesia, all of them over there. So everything has gone up, like astronomically. I make my own jewelry, right? I make my own jewelry, okay? But again, these stones do not come all from America, right? My materials, my wire that I use, the chains that I use, guess what? It doesn't come from America. I'm an American person making American-made jewelry, but the inputs do not all come from America because we don't have the infrastructure, simply. I'll give you another example. Everybody loves this incense, right? The Nag Champa. I carry quite a bit of it. I'm super duper out. I need to order. I usually have like 12 different kinds of this. I need to reorder it. Guess what? It's made in India, okay? This is a tried and true trusted brand. Everybody loves this incense. It's not overpowering, but it smells really good. Like, this is the gold standard for incense. It's made in India. Even if I import, or even if I'm buying it from an American company has imported it from India. Yeah. Here's another great example. I carry American-made tea, right? A great, awesome American maker makes this loose leaf tea that I carry in my store. Do we think that this package was made in America? I bet it wasn't. Everybody that is making American, that is an American business owner, relies on world trade to be successful. Bottom line, period. And I am terrified because I do not know what this means long term for my business. The price of everything will inevitably go up because the person who makes the tea now needs to cover their materials, which has gone up. I mean, it's such a slippery slope, and we are so fucking screwed. I have been in business a year and a half. I mean, longer. I have been a brick and mortar for a year and a half. I have been doing great business, but I have seen the trend of the economy in sales already. And now I'm like looking at what I can order, and my prices have gone up, and I'm like, what? How is this going to work out? Because I was doing fine, and now I don't know if I can cover those those margins to make it profitable so I can like feed my family. Yeah. So if you made it all the way through this video, I super appreciate it. Please support your small businesses in your town.
I feel like the past 24 hours has just been a complete nightmare. 104% on imports coming from China. 104%. And that means my small business that I put everything into is fucking done. I quit my corporate job about a year and a half ago to chase my dreams. I designed and launched a kids fitness brand, and it was going great. I paid fair wages. I built relationships. And then overnight, the cost just more than doubled. My margins were gone. You know, my business doesn't pay for a yacht or a private jet. It pays for our daughter's swim classes. It covers groceries. It helps with babysitters for date nights. This isn't just numbers on a policy sheet. It's real people, real jobs, real families. And now I'm back at square one. So wish me luck.
Remember when TikTok was shutting down back in January and a bunch of small business owners started talking about how TikTok changed their life? And then TikTok got brought back, but they sent that like dick riding message about how Trump saved TikTok. Tell me why Trump is destroying small business owners now with these tariffs. Like, I think he just increased the tariff on China to 125%. And believe it or not, a lot of these small businesses get their things from China. So like 125% tax on manufacturing your products, I mean, it's not sustainable for a small business owner. And what's funny is I'm seeing a lot of conservative small business owners speak up about this, and it's like, you should have known this was coming. Like, the word tariff was trending on Google search during the election. Did you not, like, put two and two together to figure out who pays the tariff? This idea that he's gonna make China pay the tariffs is so fucking delusional. The people who are going to get charged that tariff is the business owner. And if you can't pay that, your business is going down the toilet. So the big corporations are probably safe. They're just going to have smaller profit margins. But small business owners, it might be a little unsustainable.